was carrying the cardboard box when I walked out of my promotion meeting. Same hallway, same moment. Him going toward the elevator, me heading back to my new team.
We passed each other in the center of the floor, and I did not say a single word.
Here is what nobody tells you about being sabotaged by someone who once shared your last name.
They always think you will snap eventually. They count on it. They need the snap more than the win. Jason spent 6 months trying to make me look unstable inside the same building where I was quietly building the case that ended his career. He never saw it coming, because men like him always mistake patience for weakness. My name is Amanda, 35 years old.
Chicago, Illinois Thatcher, River North neighborhood, 6 years of my marriage there. I work in operations management, have for 9 years. I am the kind of person who documents everything and says nothing.
Until the documentation is complete. That quality kept me sane when my marriage became a workplace war. Jason and I had been married for 6 years and working at the same company for 4 of them. That should have been a warning. Office couples only look romantic from a distance. Up close, they are politics, shared meetings, and one very real risk that when the marriage ends, your access badge still works. I was in operations, Jason was in business development, which meant I built the systems and he presented them. I handled deadlines, he handled credit. That was our marriage too, if I am honest. I built things, he put his name on them. I found out he was cheating the ordinary way, a message preview while we were sitting on the couch. Can't stop thinking about last night. No name I recognized, no elaborate reveal, just one sentence that cracked everything open. When I confronted him, he denied it first, then minimized it, then accused me of invading his privacy, which is a fascinating position for a man conducting an affair inside a legal marriage. Eventually, the truth came in pieces. Coworker from a partner firm, months of lies, client dinners that were not client dinners. I filed for divorce within 3 weeks. That should have been the end of it. Instead, it became the beginning of something uglier. And then, a Monday in September, the war started. Jason did not take the divorce like a guilty man facing consequences. He took it like a man being publicly denied access to something he believed still belonged to him. At first, he tried charm. Coffee offers, casual hallway conversations, texts about keeping things respectful. Then he realized I was not coming back. That was when the small sabotages started. He forgot to copy me on client updates tied to my operational deliverables. He made vague comments in meetings about execution gaps on projects I led. He started telling people I was going through a lot personally, which sounds caring if you say it with the right face and is actually just character assassination wearing a blazer. Then came the rumors that I was unstable, that I had become difficult since the divorce, that I was letting personal feelings affect my professional judgment. Every woman in an office knows
how dangerous those words are. Men do not need to call you incompetent outright. They just need to suggest you might be unstable, and suddenly every normal human reaction
reclassified as a concern. The first time I heard one of his rumors repeated back to me, I went to the bathroom, locked a stall, and cried in complete silence because I did not want anyone outside that door to hear a sound and add it to the mythology. Then I washed my face, looked in the mirror, and made a decision. If Jason wanted to make my job hell, he was going to do it on the record. I started documenting everything. Every email, every Slack message, every missing file, every meeting where he contradicted something in writing and then pretended otherwise. I kept folders, backups, timelines, screenshots. At first, I did it because I felt like I was losing my mind and needed proof for myself that this was actually happening. Then I realized proof is its own kind of power. My friend Nina said it clearly over lunch in the building cafe one afternoon.
He wants you to snap. He needs you to snap so all the private sabotage looks justified afterward.
She was right. So I gave him nothing. No scenes, no emotional emails, no reactions he could screenshot. I answered everything in complete sentences and neutral tone. I followed up verbal conversations with written summaries. I let silence do work where emotion would have cost me everything. It nearly broke me, but it worked. Because while Jason was managing the story, he missed one critical detail. HR was already watching. Claire, our HR director, had started asking careful questions about project changes, meeting patterns, whether I felt supported, whether there had been interpersonal issues affecting workflow since the divorce. I answered honestly. Then I showed her documentation. Not all at once, not dramatically, just enough. An email where Jason blamed me for a delay caused by information he had withheld, a meeting recap proving he reversed himself, and then implied I had misunderstood. A message from a coworker repeating one of his rumors back to me with the words, "I thought you should know what is being said." Claire's expression changed when she saw that last one.
"Keep sending me anything relevant," she said.
Those 6 words became oxygen.
Because for the first time since the divorce, I understood I was not imagining this.
And I was no longer handling it alone. Jason escalated anyway. People like him always do when they confuse your restraint for weakness. He tried to sabotage a major rollout I had spent months preparing, changed version numbers, sent outdated materials to leadership, then implied in a meeting that I had lost track of details lately. I had the timestamps, the original files, the forwarded email where he asked a coordinator to use the wrong deck. That was the first time I watched him realize he might be less prepared than he thought. He smiled less after that. He cornered me in a hallway once and said,
"If you had handled this divorce like an adult, none of this would be happening."
I remember every detail of that moment, the hum of the fluorescent lights, the specific pattern of the carpet under my feet. "Please email me if you have work concerns," I said. Then I walked away. He hated that. What he did not know was that Claire had already opened a formal file. By then, it was not just my documentation. Others had started noticing too. A junior analyst he snapped at in a meeting, a coordinator he pressured to keep my team off a thread, a manager who told HR quietly that Jason seemed fixated on undermining me in ways that no longer looked professional. Patterns are dangerous for people who survive on plausible deniability, and Jason had become a very visible pattern. Meanwhile, something else was happening. I was doing the best work of my career. Robert, one of our senior executives, started pulling me
Into higher-level meetings, then strategy reviews, then planning sessions I had never been included in before.
3 months before everything broke open, he asked if I would be interested in leading a larger division.
I said yes without hesitating. Then I went to the bathroom and stood at the mirror for a full minute, because for the first time in a long time, the future looked like it might belong to me again. The morning it happened started like any other. Coffee, elevator, laptop bag, quiet dread. At 9 a.m., a calendar invite from Robert marked confidential landed in my inbox. At 9:07, Jason walked past my desk without saying hello. At 9:30, Claire appeared on our floor with another HR manager and a security lead. That was unusual enough that people started pretending not to notice, which is how offices notice everything. At 10 o'clock, Robert closed his office door and offered me division director, new title, new salary, bigger team, direct line to senior leadership. I sat there for 1 second, unable to process the words.
Then he said, "You earned this."
Earned, not survived, not been given, earned.
I said yes. Robert mentioned, almost as an afterthought, that there might be some noise on the floor.
HR was handling a separate matter. I knew immediately. When I stepped into the hallway 20 minutes later, the floor had gone completely silent in that specific office way that means something has already happened and everyone is waiting to see who knows. Jason was at his desk.
"I didn't take it, I swear. Just check the records. I was with a client all morning. You can ask them. They'll tell you. I'm being framed, I swear."
Claire's face was expressionless in the way that means a decision is final and not going to change regardless of what anyone says. There was a cardboard box on his chair. I stopped walking, not dramatically, just long enough to take in the image. He saw me then. And for one long second, we stood there looking at each other in the same hallway where he once told me none of this would be happening if I had handled the divorce like an adult. He looked shocked, not by being fired, by me being the one watching it. Security asked him to keep moving. He picked up the box. Claire caught my eye across the floor, just a small nod. Professional, controlled. I understood it. He moved toward the elevator. I walked the other direction toward my new team announcement. We passed each other in the center of the floor, him going down, me going up. I did not say a word, not because I had nothing to say.
Because silence was the one thing he could not argue with. Later, Nina told me, he had been terminated for harassment, retaliation, and misconduct tied to Project Sabotage. HR had everything.
My documentation, witness reports, his own email trails. He kept insisting the situation had been exaggerated.
Of course he did. Men who build their power on subtle damage rarely believe subtle damage counts.
When it is finally measured properly. By noon, the whole floor knew. By 2, the other half was pretending not to. My new team took me to lunch. Someone brought cupcakes. Robert announced the promotion formally at 4 p.m. People clapped. I stood in the conference room holding a paper plate, thinking about how 6 months ago I had cried silently in a bathroom stall so no one outside the door would hear me and use it as evidence.
He tried to make me look unstable. Instead, he sharpened me. He tried to get me fired. Instead, I got promoted. He spent months trying to drag me to his level. Then security helped him find the elevator. I never needed revenge. I needed records, patience, and the willingness to let a man underestimate me just a little too long. When the day finally came, I gave him nothing. Not anger, not closure, not even a goodbye, just the quiet dignity of walking past him, while my future opened on the other side of the hall. Quiet is not weakness. Quiet is what preparation looks like before anyone else knows the game has started. Tell me in the comments, has someone ever underestimated your silence? Send this to the woman in your life they are underestimating right now. She is already planning.